Hello, good morning. Oh, cold, chilly old morning, but never mind. As you know, the gas has gone up, and the electric's gone up, the food's gone up, petrol's gone up, everything's gone up. So I hope you're managing. It's early days, but I think it's going to get worse. They reckon there's another hike in everything in about October time. So it's lovely, something nice to look forward to just before we get into the winter period. Okay, very quick look at this. Look at that. I know, a bit crazy, but I loves it. Right, okay, so in this little video I'm going to talk about meditation for a minute or two, because when I was away I spoke about meditation several times in videos because I was teaching my friend how to meditate. That's brought things to a bit of a front for people, and the most asked question I get really, or the most, not even a question, a statement of fact you could call it whatever you want really. People say, I wish I had time, or I just don't get the time, or if only I could make the time. You can if you want to. If you want something in life, then you make the time. It's as simple as that. When did we last hear, right, somebody say, oh, I love eating food, but I just don't have the time to cook. Oh, I love being clean, but I don't have the time to have a shower. It's never going to happen, is it? Oh, I love having a Slurpee, but I ain't got time to wait for the kettle. Lovely. Yeah, whatever you want in life, you make the time really. And when you get into a bit of a routine, it doesn't have to be, you've probably read it, haven't you? 20 minutes in the morning, 20 minutes at night, sit like this, wear this, do this. It's all rubbish, But when you get into a routine of, meditating fairly regular, it becomes just the norm. I spoke to somebody recently about reading as well, reading my first book. And that person said, I really don't get the time. And I said, well, read 1 page per day. Because if you don't think you have the time, how long is 1 page? I mean, sometimes it all depends what's on there. 30 seconds, 70 seconds, who knows, Come on, you don't have that time. And if you don't have the time, read half a page. And if you don't have the time, read a word. Do you have time to read a word? Well, of course you do, With meditation, what happens is people think, as I've just said, it's 20 minutes in the morning, 20 minutes at night, or whatever. Or people think they've got to sit there for a number of hours, or whatever it is, And of course, you don't have the time. Who has the time to spend 3 hours a day meditating? There's not very many people, is there? But you make your time, as I say, you make your time for whatever you want to enjoy in life, whatever you want to bring into your life, then you make the time. So you can find the time, and you will, if it's interesting to you. If you don't find the time, then it's not really interesting to you. And you have to be honest with yourself and say, actually, meditation is not for me. And that's lovely, that's fine. Some people don't need meditation. Some people don't understand meditation or want meditation in their life. Or some people don't understand it, don't think that it's going to be beneficial or bring something to them. That's absolutely fine, You've got to do whatever you do in life. I've said in so many videos now that we have 3 healths, don't we? We have the physical health, the mental health, and the spiritual health. And if one of those is out of sync, one of those is out of kilter, it can affect the other 2. We need to get things in alignment. That's what I believe. And your spiritual health, really, a lot of it is the meditation. It really is, not everything, but it is a lot of it. And you can meditate in 5 minutes. You can meditate in 3 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Whatever time you do find that you can make for it, then you can meditate in that length of time. It doesn't have to go on for hours. So what can you do? Well, you can get up 5 minutes, 10 minutes earlier every day, or whenever you decide to meditate. Maybe you want to meditate twice a week. So twice a week you get up 5 minutes earlier. It's not going to harm you, is it? You know. Or if you can't do that, maybe you could go to bed 10 minutes earlier, a couple of times a week, and actually sit on your bed and meditate before you go to sleep. That's a nice time to meditate. Think about, when you say you've got no time, think about your last hour of your day, every day. What do you do for your last hour? Are you sat there watching some more rubbish on telly? Are you sat there dipping in and out of semi-consciousness sleep? Are you flicking on the old laptop and looking at Facebook and just, whittling away an hour? Do you have a bedtime? Are you thinking, oh, well, I'll just do this because I've got another hour, got another 45 minutes, got another 10 minutes before I go to bed? So are you kind of restricting your time awake or making sure that you go to bed at a certain time? Perhaps, you like that, and that's fine if people want to do that. But during all of those times, you can find a few minutes. You really can, if you want to. Now, my friends who I taught to meditate just recently, and let's hope you're still doing it, Gary, let's hope so. He found his time was about midday, which is lovely. He'd done all his morning sort of chores and what have you. He lives on a small holding, so he's got all the animals to feed and watering and this and that. And it goes on and on and on, very busy. But then he can have a bit of a breather, a sandwich or a cup of tea or whatever. And he found that he could spare sort of 10 or 15 minutes just to sit quietly, calmly, close his eyes, take some breaths. Not follow your thoughts, just witness them, let them go, just chill out. And do that for 5, 10, 15 minutes every single day. And that is so impactful. It makes such a difference to your life. It brings a lot of clarity of thought into your brain. So later on in the day, when there's a little problem that crops up or, the life attacks you in some way, you can actually deal with it far, far better through meditation. And that's why people meditate, really. People meditate, they want to feel calmer, they want to feel more in control, they want to just feel better, they want to be able to cope with whatever comes their way, and so much more. So much more. So it's worth thinking, if you're one of these people that say, I can't meditate, well, you can, it's just that you haven't really tried. Or if you're one of these people that just say, I ain't got the time, I can't find the time, then make the time. I just said, didn't I, about, I love food, but I ain't got the time to cook. Well, that's rubbish. Of course it is. You find the time to cook. And if your preparation of your meal is 10 minutes and the cooking time is half an hour, then you find that. If the preparation is half an hour and the cooking time is 3 hours, you find that time as well. Of course you do. Whatever you need, you find the time for. Anyway, so that's that really. So we're fine. Thank you for your comments. I think the last video I made was I feel sad sometimes, which is true. I do. Not now, and it's all gone. It's left me, and I feel lovely, and everything's fine. I made that at the time when I was feeling a bit sad, and I didn't know whether to put it up or not really. But I'm always fairly honest, or try to be. And I thought, if it can help somebody, one person, then it's great. It's worth saying that, because you may look at me and think, oh, Bry's got it all together and what have you. Well, I do and I don't, same as everybody else. But my videos really are about emptying my head. They're about helping other people. They're about sharing everything and anything. So, like I say, if it can help somebody, then that's fantastic. But I made that at that time. When I put it up, that was a few more days later. So the sadness, if you like, had left me. That's lovely. And now we've moved on even more. So I'm no longer sniffing and snotty and coughing. Oh, God, that went on, that cold. Yeah, so, everything moves on really, from whether you feel good, whether you feel bad, whatever. It's all, it goes like that. That's all I find anyway. So thank you for your comments, but I am feeling fine. There is nothing wrong, and I will tell you if there was. It wasn't depression, as I said in the video. It was just a sad feeling. It's like a surface sad feeling. We call it a surface depression, if you like, but it wasn't meaning anything terrible is going on. There's often, as I said in the video, there's often no rhyme or reason. It's just what it is, And some days you feel really good, and again, there's no rhyme or reason. You haven't done anything in particular, you haven't done anything different, but you wake up in a good mood. Why is that? Well, it just is, But we don't question that side of it. We only question the downside of life. But I'm pretty good, so thank you very much. Nothing else really to show you. It's wet, it's miserable, it's not very nice. I'm going to spend the day, or a few hours of the day, writing in my upcoming book, I think, which is really getting there. So another month or 2 or 3, who knows. Whatever you're doing, have the best day you can. Take care of yourselves and meditate if you can. Be well. Ta-da.